Hi, my name is Jenna Anderson, and I'm going to be presenting my Social Work 2375 final presentation. This semester, I had the opportunity to volunteer at Sunrise Homeless Navigation Center, which is a navigation center located right on the edge of Austin in South Austin. Uh, it began as just a church, and then over the years started to watch the development of the homeless population grow over by the bridge near Sunrise Church. So they decided to intervene and start providing social services because they felt it's like what they had to do, because much of the Austin population does ignore the people who are experiencing homelessness. They provide humanitarian aid, and along with that, they also provide a sense of community. The Sunrise is a home base for a lot of the clients who are served there. They're there Monday through Friday from the time we open our doors to close our doors, not just to always receive services, but to talk, to hang out, to have a place to go, to have a place that feels like they're welcomed and invited, because so much of Austin does not provide that kind of feeling for them. The primary clients served are, of course, people who are experiencing homelessness, but also will serve anyone who comes up to the table and needs help or needs a social service done for them that we can provide. Uh, Homelessness is both a social and economic problem. It stems from inequality and inequity in America, and it has several facets to it. There's not one thing that can lead to homelessness. It's often viewed as a moral failing, which is not the case at all. Anybody is susceptible to homelessness, but there are things that do increase your vulnerability to it, like poverty, disability, mental health disorders, substance abuse disorders. Some people are born into homelessness, or some people age out of the foster care system and are then homeless because they have no long-term family. It's a very stigmatized population. What does Sunrise do? Sunrise is a fully integrated navigation center, meaning they provide a multitude of different services for their clients by partnering with several other agencies in the area, but by providing them all here in one place, it makes it more accessible for the clients who need these services, sort of acting like a bridge between the clients themselves and the services that are available to them in the area. The services offered include hygiene kits, showers, clothing, food, mail service. They can have their mail sent there if they'd like, the clients. We also provide basic case management. We have a 24-hour telephone service. We offer service point IDs, which is just a photo ID. Integral care is there on site. Medical access program, or MAP, is there to have people sign up for health insurance. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or otherwise known as SNAP, is there so clients can apply and hopefully receive benefits for food. And then Indian Community Homelessness Organization, or otherwise known as ECHO, is also there to do housing assessments for the population. And then also we partner with Community Care, which they will have a free clinic on site every now and then, so the clients can have basic health screenings done. And then there was also some recent COVID testing that was being offered. How the agencies network is basically whatever service is being offered, the organization that is offering the service, they'll have a representative from that service come to Sunrise to provide the work, either that being signing them up for SNAP or MAP benefits, doing housing assessments to see if they could get housed, or doing mental health intakes or substance abuse order intakes to get them a case manager and then hopefully the services they need. Sunrise doesn't actually employ these people, but they partner with other agencies in the area and have their workers come on site to do the work. How does Sunrise keep its door opens? They have very little funding, actually, which is why there are so many partnerships and employees who are not paid by Sunrise but are paid for the other agencies that they work for, of course. Sunrise actually only has 4 paid employees, which I was very surprised to learn, because there's always a ton of people there, including the volunteers, which make up a large amount of the staff. I mean, the volunteers have a huge role in running Sunrise. There's like 15 there every single day, if not more. It receives a small amount of funding through normally private donors that my supervisor has found either through the church or just anybody else who is willing to give, or some grants that they have applied for in the past and received from other nonprofits who have more funding and are also striving to combat the same issues that Sunrise is. So this all makes, and also because it's a religious organization, technically, Sunrise is classified as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. My responsibilities at Sunrise were very broad. I was doing different stuff every single day. Some days I was organizing, which meant taking in donations or restocking the front of Sunrise. Like if the beanie drawer was empty, I would go get more beanies from the back storage and refill it so we could give them out, or any other housekeeping. Like one day I found myself doing dishes because that was what needed to be done. I mainly, though, either provided or just observed basic case management with the other interns who were there. There was interns who were doing their field work from Texas State who were there. And I worked alongside with them. And that meant navigating clients to proper services, either the services we had on site, like just pointing them in the right direction, or referring them to a different facility that could offer them the services that Sunrise independently was not able to offer, or just miscellaneous stuff. Like one time I had a client who wanted to get his bike fixed, and I spent some time calling a bunch of local bike shops to try to see if they could fix his bike for him. I also, along with both of those things, provided community for the clients. Sunrise has a really strong sense of community, like I mentioned earlier, and I spent a lot of time just talking to clients and getting to know them and building relationships with them. I found myself frustrated a lot while volunteering at Sunrise, not with the organization, of course, but just by observing the gaps within the system or in the welfare system in general. Some of these gaps include lack of homeless stock, meaning there's not a lot of funding being allocated towards solving this problem, or there's not a lot of concern or funding being allocated towards providing affordable housing. And there's a really high turnover or burnout rate for people who are working within this population, just because it can be so hard to get the client's house that oftentimes you're just sustaining their life day by day because they're living in such unbearable conditions. The continuum of care I found was also faulty at times. Like, for instance, the homeless population will get thrown into a mental facility overnight and get diagnosed and then prescribed medicine that they need to treat their mental health disorder. But then there's no proper way for them to continue to receive these drugs, or let alone pay for them. So they weren't actually properly being rehabilitated or reintegrated into society. It can also be very hard to keep track of the clients because they don't have reliable transportation or contact information or addresses or whatever it may be. My biggest takeaways, I took so many things from this volunteer experience. Most memorable moments were honestly just the friendships I built with the clients. I was on first name basis with a lot of them. I talked to them every day. They were so kind and grateful, and just, I don't know, just some of the best people I have honestly ever met, and just have had a pleasure to get to know. This is definitely something I'll cherish forever. And my experiences with working with these people and just talking to them and getting to know them really broke my heart open for this population. This population is so dehumanized and demonized and polarized, and just has so much negative thought surrounding it that my experiences at Sunrise definitely turned me into a lifelong advocate for people who are living with homelessness or in homelessness. It taught me that everyone deserves dignity and respect, the importance of knowing that everyone is valuable and is worth something and has a place in society and has strengths. I really learned a lot about this and how important it is to dignify clients and just people in general and treat them with respect, so that way they'll want to have a better life for themselves, want to take the steps they need to take for themselves. Overall, in conclusion, I have the utmost respect for the people at Sunrise and the work they are doing, and I will continue to volunteer there because I enjoyed it so much and created so many friendships with the volunteers and the clients themselves. And I hope that in the future there will be more places like Sunrise available in Austin and all over the world. That is all. Thank you.